BORBON National High School proudly presents the 6th Moving Up ceremony for the school years 2020-2021 with the theme Strengthening Quality Education Amid COVID-19 Pandemic. As Malcolm X once said, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those people who prepare for it today. Parents, teachers, students, and friends, we are about to witness virtually the celebration of another milestone of our grade 10 students. Today's commemoration reminds everyone that despite the pandemic, education continues to serve and will always lives within us. This event is a highlight of recognizing their achievements and a celebration of their success. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the processional. To begin with, may we all put ourselves in the spirit of patriotism as we listen our national anthem and sugbuhim, to be followed by the intervention of our divine providence.
Mga kababayan, ang pagbansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Subuhan ang kapuputan sa habagatan, kinapusuran, lalawigan sa kabisayaan, sa kaalam, alunahan, sa aming gugmaot lumukan. Panalipayunan talunan Senyo sa Sulilyo makasaysayanon maabi-abihon madanihulog ang may kagayon na ipasigaron Subo pinangga sa klima o panahon, kalinaw, kauswagan, palutaron, palamon, bisan asa mudangan, sa among pagpaling kamon, ikaw amo kanunay, nahandong. Ikaw amo kanunay, nahandong.
I saw some dirty kids today begging on the street. Their daddies and their mommies didn't have enough to eat.
I heard about the fighting in a place that's far away, and all the lonely people who don't have a place to stay. It's sad that these things happen in a world that you've made, but I know for sure that there is hope, so now I will pray. Let there be peace and harmony in this world. Let there be love and joy for every boy and girl. Let your glory fall upon the earth, bring healing to us all. Oh Jesus, this I pray. Oh Jesus, this I pray. Oh Jesus, this I pray today. I saw a sick old lady lying on a bed. She looked so weak and helpless that she had to be fed. I heard my neighbor crying when her daddy banged the door. Another little broken heart, I wonder are there more? It's sad that these things happen in the world that you've made, but I know for sure that there is hope, so now I will pray. Let there be peace and harmony in this world. Let there be love and joy for every boy and girl. Let your glory fall upon the earth, bring healing to us all. Oh Jesus, this I pray. Oh Jesus, this I pray. Oh Jesus, this I pray today.
Moving up is always a day of rejoicing, for it marks the conclusion of an educational journey and the commencement of another more uncertain and more difficult part of man's quest for a better life and future. Today signifies the culmination of many years of hard work in the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge that will enable a person to embrace opportunities and take on challenges with clear vision and purpose. At this point, let us hear from Therese Marie Soliano, a grade 10 student with honors, for her welcome remarks.
A special greetings to our highly respected and beloved school principals, Mr. Ariel Enares and Mrs. Rinalyn R. Gagarino. To our hardworking teachers, friends, parents, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day to all of you. Today, we are having the virtual moving up ceremony of all the grade 10 completers of class 2021. I am Therese Marie Soliano, the grade 10 with honors, and I am honored to have the opportunity to speak today. First of all, on behalf of the entire class of 2021, I would welcome you to the moving up ceremony of class 2021 at Bourbon National High School. At the same time, I want to thank all parents, family, and friends for the love and constant support, as well as the members of Bourbon National High School faculty and staff for their guidance and patience. We truly owe you all that we are. High school has been an unforgettable journey that has prepared for us for the future. Whatever it may hold, for this past year of new environment have involved total self-adjustment, self-isolation from physical school, hardship in seeking additional reference and sources of our modules, and learning self-reliance. All of these brought us together in one common goal, and that is to be educated and move forward in spite of restrictions due to the pandemic. As one of the class of 2021, I am filled with excitement and anticipation as the next stage in our life is about to begin. But without the support of our parents, guardians, and to our hardworking teachers who have been working sleepless nights and extended hours printing our modules, we have not made it to this day. Meanwhile, this new era of new normal is full of challenges for everybody. But they never left us since the beginning, guiding us, helping us, and teaching us to grow when equipped with knowledge and new learning. So, on behalf of all grade 10 completers, I welcome you all to our moving up ceremony, class of 2021.
At this moment, let us lend our ears from the inspiring message of our school's Division Superintendent, Division of Cebu Province, Dr. Marilyn S. Andales, Regional Director, Region 7, Saluciano T. Jimenez, and Secretary of the Department of Education, Dr. Leonor M. Briones.
My warmest greetings and congratulations to the completers and graduates of school year 2020-2021. You are a special gem in this challenging time brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. You surpassed the test of time by being flexible in embracing the different learning modalities just to acquire the necessary knowledge, skills, and attitude, which apparently prepare you to be globally competitive and productive citizens. Indeed, we are a living witness to the undying support of your parents, relatives, and friends who stood by you to provide you with the needed moral, emotional, and financial support. To you, our beloved administrators and teachers, I am expressing my deepest appreciation for your resilience at this historic time. You stand out amid crisis. Your dedication and commitment to public service is worthy of emulation by the next generation of leaders and educators. Remain focused and be more innovative and sturdier as you face the more challenging situations ahead. My dear learners, now that you are ready to take on another journey next school year, continue embracing life's challenges with passion, dedication, and hard work. Pursue your dreams and contribute meaningfully to nation building as you climb the ladder of success. Again, congratulations, Godspeed.
Greetings of love and peace to each and everyone. School year 2020-2021 has been the most challenging year in education. All been struggling to survive in all aspects. But our beloved Secretary Leonor Magtulis Briones lead the baton that education must continue amidst whatever crisis we will be facing. And so, here we are, celebrating one of the most precious accomplishment that you have, your graduation and moving up ceremonies. It is one fleeting sense of pride and joy to be able to celebrate with all of you for your victory, bravery, resilience, perseverance, and commitment that push you to experience what we have today. So our beloved, most precious gems, our dear learners, just wanted to let you know that you are doing great. It is not easy to be learners with all the pressures in today's world. The more in these trying times due to pandemic. How you hurdle your lessons remotely through distance learning of varied modalities, the fear and scare of the virus due to negative publicity, and many more. But you survive and victorious. So, don't lose your heart if you find things difficult. Today, the world is so tested. It is a high time that you put all your learnings into action. Never be a bystander watching as the world takes a paradigm shift. Take the wheel. Collectively, the youth are stronger than any pandemic known to men. Remember, everyone is a student of life as we all keep learning something or the other throughout our lives. So, keep the faith and believe in yourselves. Work hard and work smart too. And with the right focus and determination, you will see that goals are not impossible to achieve. Just have a clear plan, and whatever detours come your way, don't be afraid. Face them with conviction that those are part of the pitfalls where we cannot evade. So be strong and let your education and learnings with God be your shield. And don't forget to thank the most honest persons in your life. Those who can say and tell you exactly what you are doing, either good or bad. Those who guide you sincerely to the path where you want to walk on. Who always with you in times of your successes and downfalls. They are your parents, teachers, relatives, and best friend. So learners, congratulations, you hit the mark on your timeline. To all the parents and guardians out there, your contribution towards the realization of the once dreams of your children is so great. Sustain it, and you will see and harvest the fruits of it sooner than later. So thank you for partnering with DepEd through your children's education. So to all of you, congratulations. To the school, I know how you struggle also, especially that the world was shocked of what happened and nobody was prepared. There were so many hows and whys, but you are able to navigate it until reaching its destination. So whatever is the experience and hardships, what is more important is the outcome of what you have done. That's why my salute to you. To our teachers, school heads, supervisors, and non-teaching personnel, you did a great job, worthy of emulation. I am proud of you. To the SDOs, I am so happy of what your division accomplished for school year 2020-2021. Your efforts doesn't go to vain. Now it comes into fruition. So to all, kudos. To everyone, always have the smile in you. See miracles in life every day, and you will be filled with positivity in thoughts and actions. Congratulations once again. Keep safe, and God bless everyone.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always thought, we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
At this moment, we may request the presence of Mrs. Christine B. Ibo, our school guidance designate, for the presentation of candidates for moving up, and Mrs. Renalyn R. Gagarino, Assistant School Principal to Senior High School Department, for the confirmation of completers.
Mrs. Renalyn R. Gagarino
the Bourbon National High School, Senior High School Assistant Principal 2, as the Junior High School Guidance Counselor Designate of Bourbon National High School, I have the honor to present to you 175 candidates for completion for the school year 2020-2021. Whom 71 are males and 104 are females, and they are now waiting for your confirmation.
By the authority vested upon me by the Department of Education represented by the school's Division Superintendent Dr. Marilyn E. Sandales, through the Public Schools District Supervisor Dr. Omega M. Sol, and the Secondary School Principal 1, Mr. Ariel N. Ares, and upon recommendation by the school's Junior High School Guidance Designate Mrs. Christine B. Ebo, that they have satisfactorily completed the basic education requirements for junior high school under the KIT 12 curriculum as prescribed by the Department of Education. I hereby confirm their completion, and therefore they are entitled to receive their certificate of completion.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment for our completers has come. Let us witness the distribution of certificate of completion and awarding of honors, headed by the respective class advisors.
Grade 10 Saint Martha, Apor Debser D, son of Mr. and Mrs. Cesar Apor. Arellano Jimboy M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Junicio Arellano. Buok David Jude B, with honors, son of Mrs. Jima Buok. Kainday King Harry R, son of Mrs. Zeli Kainday. Kanoy Christian A, son of Mrs. Joanne Kanoy. Kanoy Richmond, son of Mrs. Joanne Kanoy. Comendador Neil T, son of Mr. and Mrs. Rocky Comendador. Nagatan Jeff Earl S, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Nagatan. Damayo Patrick T, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edmundo Damayo. Dotis Samuel Jr. A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Tony Sr. Bernard Chapek R, son of Mr. and Mrs. Pedronio Bernard. Matig-angay Ricard P, son of Mrs. Maria Tessie Matig-angay. Malamos Fritz Russell R, son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Malamos. Mugilio Elenito Jr. C, son of Mr. and Mrs. Elenito Mudikilio Sr. Pilapil Moriel Alfie S, son of Mr. and Mrs. Alipio Pilapil. Abaw Rona Jean. Proud guardian Rosie Mahusay. Alvarado Mary Chris C, with honors. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Cristino Alvarado. Amancio Hannah Jane A, with honors. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Demetrio Amancio. Amparado Sheila May S, daughter of Mrs. Anisita Amparado. Arellano Bernadette, daughter of Mrs. Elsie Arellano. Ares Gian Clyde T, with honors. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ariel Ares. Arias Ingrid M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joel Arias. Arlington Diaz, daughter of Mrs. Edna Arlington. Blanquero Cynthia M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eduardo Blanquero. Lewis Grace D, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. North Nova.
Mrs. Catherine Katapan. Cruz Mary Christine, daughter of Mrs. Catherine Cruz. Cower Josel Jean V, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose Cour. Deruda Ivory Faye, with honors, daughter of Mrs. Ingrid Deroda. Dos Angelo A, with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Luisito Dos. Dotelius Joname M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Judim Dotelius. Dukay Kimberly C, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Valentin Dukay. Iskaran Generals V, with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Benedicto Iskaran. Flores Shawnee N, with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ranilo Flores. Corolan Mercel T, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Zoilo Corolan. Impas Dinah Jean G, proud guardian, Lovely Marie Impas. Losenio Marvi C, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Losenio. Maano Karil Abigail A, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arturo Maano. Rivera Erica C, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey Rivera. Soliano Karil O, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Narciso Soliano. Tolarisa Irish Kate D, daughter of Mrs. Avelita Tolarisa. Villegas Sofia May M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jessica Villegas.
Grade 10 St. Ava. Flores Michael A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Preselias. Pardizuela Hughes, son of Mr. and Mrs. Amante Monsera. Hiris Mark Alan M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Alan Hiris. Hiris James M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Alan Hiris. Makikangay John Lester M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Warlito Makikangay. Manggubat Mark Robic C, son of Mr. and Mrs. Alvin Manggubat. Manggubat Merlo P, son of Mr. and Mrs. Saulo Manggubat. Mayol Carl Joshua, son of Mrs. Jenny Mayol. Mayol Jerby M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Bonifacio Mayol. Sid PJ.A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Jodim Musit. Leon Delgor E, son of Mr. and Mrs. Gregorio Sakaday. Narta Rinan A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Francisco Narta. Murad Edwin Jr. B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Urat Sr. Pilingon Francis Clare D, with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Francisco Pilingon. Bolinag Ruelito Isidor, son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando Arcelia. Puno Clint Kendall S, son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Puno. Ranyen Michael Jasper B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edison Ranyen. Rivera Dani Miguel C, son of Mr. and Mrs. Danilo Rivera. Soliano J. N, son of Mr. and Mrs. Antonio Soliano. Sueco Tupiken T, son of Mr. and Mrs. Nestor Sueco. Alingaro Jane Abigail, daughter of Mrs. Maida Alingaro. Bacalso Christine M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ray honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Antonieto Mayol, Mondoniedo Jaya T. Daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gerardo Mondoniedo, Montibon Catherine Jane M. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pedro Montibon, Narca April Rose D. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dory Narca, Ugoy Ana Marie E. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Mariano Ugoy, Roselias Michelle M. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amelito Roselias, Roselio Sidney M. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Roel Leon, Salibungkubong Rinamain R. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rinan Salibungkubong, Sidinio Giseline S. daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Desiderio Montego, Sibala Jasimonique D. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pitmar Sibala, Soliano Rosemary B. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Leo Soliano, Camilo Eugene L. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Junvi Caneo, Donor Rosami B. with honors, daughter Mr. and Mrs. Rochelle Capuno, Orot Francine T. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando Orot, Yusa Hazel, daughter of Mrs. Martha Yusa.
Grade 10 Saint Asteria, Batukan Riley M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Batukan. Bongo Jerwin I., son of Mr. and Mrs. Owen Bongo. Good Joseph Jr. F. with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Good. Manggubat R.J. M., son of Mrs. Annabel Manggubat. Mondero Kim Brian A., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ronito Mondero. Monilias Raymond M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rico Monilias. Monta Denver G., son of Mr. and Mrs. Gaudioso Monta. Novabos Jerry D., son of Mr. and Mrs. Regilio Novabos. Minuti Vincent C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Elmer Minuti. Rosilio G., son of Mrs. Adele Rosilio. Soriano Kenshan L., son of Mr. and Mrs. Laureano Soriano. Talintin Ivan Robbie E. with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Talintin. Orot Christopher S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Oscar Orot. Armenteros Trisha Shane M. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Abelardo Armenteros. Bakunawa Arnie C. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Danilo Bakunawa. Balios Janice, daughter of Mrs. Ginaline Balios. Branyanola Ella M., daughter of Mrs. Ermelinda Branyanola. Branyanola May with honors, daughter of Mrs. Ermelinda Branyanola. Kulyamat Jihan B., daughter of Mrs. Raquel Kulyamat. Domingo Meljoyce Ann P., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jason Domingo. Cabrera Jennifer M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose Cabrera. Bifiga R.J. C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arnel Bifiga. Perez Mary Claire M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Perez. Melgo Angel Ann M., daughter of Mrs. Lorna Melgo. Mulas Nesel May M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nino Mulas. Monaris Ivy B., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Estrella. Muneva Grisel S., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Abondio Muniva. Leon Christy A., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joel Monleon. Monleon Dinah Faye C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Angelito Monleon. Monleon Grace D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rodolfo Rifana. Monleon Mary Joy V., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Agapito Monleon. Montesilio Baby Jean D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Reggie Montesilio. Mundo Alia, daughter of Mrs. Analo Mundo. Pilayo Melva L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Amancito Pilayo. Kimat Abigail F., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlon Kimat. Ramos Christy M., daughter of Mrs. Criselda Mongas. Rivera Diona Gabriel L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Generoso Rivera.
Nuevo Mary Rose June. Nuevo Mary Rose June.
Soliano Miriam M., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Sergio Soliano. Sulgano Princess Lynn C., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Francisco Sulgano. Caneo Jilmay L., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. L.G. Tanillo. Vanguardia Jessamay, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Romelito Monilar. Villarojo Kaina Marie B., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Archie Villarojo.
Grade 10 St. Clair. Alo Nicolas C., son of Mrs. Marites Alo. Ambayon Benjan M., son of Mrs. Evelyn Ambayon. Amparado Jivan E., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey Pino. Casas Carlo M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Gabriel Casas. Combate Johnny Benedict, son of Mrs. Merlinda Combate. Diacamos Cyril J. A., son of Mr. and Mrs. Randy Diacamos. Dusdos Francis Clark, son of Mrs. Geraldine Dusdos. Esteban Kyle Arvin O., son of Mr. and Mrs. Marvin Esteban. Flores Lawrence, son of Mrs. Alma Cherry Flores. Epega Simon Francis Q., son of Mr. and Mrs. Constancio Epega. Hadrake Eric M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Crisanto Hadrake. Melgo Delwin S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Melgo. Melgo Samuel John L., son of Mrs. Brenda Melgo. Monion Jembo M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jolita Monion.
Lindon. Mundo Philip John C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Lindon Mundo. Noynay Ray John P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rodrigo Noynay. Orbase Izzy Reed P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Wilda Orbase. Ortega Rainel S., with honors, son of Mr. and Mrs. Maria Mira Ortega. Pinote Emmanuel C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Francisco Pinote. Kimco Stanley Jose, son of Mrs. Doleria Kimco. Tugnon John Christian P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Diony Tugnon. Vanguardia Jayven I., son of Mr. and Mrs. Julian Vanguardia. Piero Christian C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Benito Piero Jr. Regali Carmela Azlea R., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Regali. Colliantes Angeli G., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gaudioso Colliantes. Colliantes Hannah Marie M., daughter of Mrs. Rosemary Colliantes. Colliantes Maria Christine E., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Colliantes. Rizon Christine Ann D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Heidi Dupilios. Isabelia Kathleen C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Isabelia. Manggubat Angeline P., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pablo Manggubat Jr. Manggubat Sarah J., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Annalie Manggubat. Mayol Criza Janine L., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Raul Mayol. Mondigo Aljane D., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alberto Mondigo. Monterola Kate V., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Carlito Monterola. Nepomuceno Jinky H., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Zusimo Nepomuceno. Noynay Antoinette A., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Danielle Noynay. Noynay Cristel F., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Romel Noynay. Noynay Rachel Ann M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Patricio Noynay. Roble Jenny Rose, daughter of Mrs. Jane Roble. Serafine Maria Catherine T., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Boy Serafine. Singkulan Rachel S., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pedro Singkulan. Tano Sunshine K. H., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alex Tano. Tapdasan Nanette S., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Tapdasan. Itol Gwendolyn M., with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Patricio Itol.
Congratulations to all completers. You now have a ticket to aim higher and dream bigger. Persistence and perseverance are some of the key factors for success. At this very moment, let us all be inspired as Bourbon National High School's alumna tells her story in realizing such an achievement. Let's lend our ears for Miss Marioni Cabahog.
Hello everyone, I am Marioni Cabahog. Finished school both elementary and secondary in Bourbon. Taught with the best teachers in town, most especially Miss Rijas and Mr. Dilarama. whom I believed played a big role to where I am right now. Nothing much, but I can proudly say I am exactly where I am meant to be. And I want to thank both of them because they are the person who first believed in me, who recognized me, and my potential in every bit of progress I made. Growing up with less resources, I was exposed to extracurricular activities at school, such as speech choir, singing choir, ballroom dancing, and pageantry. Bourbon was definitely my training ground. I was trained to compete. And I brought that routine to college, to life. I was competitive. I had that urge to achieve more, to want more. It had given me purpose of what I want to be in the future. And that is to be financially stable, to receive a paycheck, to give back, to give my parents a comfortable life, and to travel the world with them. Moving on, I got a full scholarship from CIT University for winning pageants. I modeled, bench, pen shop, Carrie Santiago, and a few local designers in Cebu. It made me so happy that at least I had helped my parents not to worry of the fees anymore. I am a bachelor's degree of information technology in CIT University, but not passionate to use it as my career. I have always wanted to be a flight attendant, to have a passport with a lot of stamps, to meet people and to know their culture, to make money, more and more of it. That is what I am passionate about, financially capable and giving back. Today, I am a single mom by choice. I have flown 26 countries and counting. Passports are full of stamps, but I am still broke. I have brought my parents abroad. I am happy and fulfilled. A lesson for the young ones. Always believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up. Be confident. Listen. Surround yourself with good people. Always choose the ones who are grateful, humble, hardworking. Always show up if you commit into something. Never ever forget where you come from. Give back, help your parents, invest, save and save and save. I know you guys been wanting to do more, excel more. Be patient, you will get there. Oprah said, no such thing as luck, but if there is, it is when preparation meets opportunity. I'm sure your teachers have fully prepared you to face new challenges. I know you guys are itching to go college, to study in the city, to meet new people, new environment. I know that feeling. Always look for something that interests you. What made you curious about, and that is the best career you can find. Always think of a purpose.
At this juncture, may we request all the completers to sing your heart out for your completion song entitled Friends Forever.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. But when we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now, 'cause you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of that night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change, break every single rule. Well, it'll bring me by, baby, the stockbroken man can ever find a job that won't interfere with your tan. I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
As we are about to close the program, let us welcome Miss Maria Trixie de Tusme, Grade 10 with honors, for her words of gratitude.
It wasn't long ago that our journey began, and the faces we have now are very different from the ones we had when we first walked into this school 4 years ago. For the most part, we came into BNHS with nothing more than a dream, and today we stand as survivors armed with knowledge, skills, and values to help bring that dream closer to reality. Teachers and school administrators, you have done more for us than words can express. Today, we express our heartfelt appreciation for shaping our personalities and demonstrating that there is still much to learn. You taught us as if we were your real children, and you never allowed us to learn in an ineffective manner. I, in behalf of the completers, thank you for that. Every distinction we win today is due to our cherished parents and families, the true and solid foundations of who and what we are now. You have consistently encouraged and inspired us, without which we would not have arrived at this point. Despite our stubbornness, we hope that we have made you proud in some way. To our classmates, colleagues, and friends who have grown alongside us, thank you for coloring this journey with laughter, pain, joy, and conflict. Days may pass, but hope that the moments and memories we have shared will last a lifetime. And to our all-powerful Father, the beginning and end of all things, we are only here today because of you. You are the most important source of inspiration, courage, and hard work that has led us to where we are today. Thank you for all the blessings and opportunities that you have bestowed upon us. All glory is returned in your name. As we part, we do not know where life shall take us, but we steer behind the wheel. And just as BORBON National High School has become our home, it shall forever remain our lighthouse. We are very delighted to announce that we have completed grade 10. We're moving up together, and in the near future, we'll be able to taste the fruits of our labor. It is, and always will be, an honor and joy to have been part of this family. This is Maria Trixie de Tusme, a grade 10 St. Ava student, now signing off. Thank you and good day.
The Recessional.